Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to my presentation. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cindy Taurusta, and I am a research member of Ms. Eni Variatul Fahyuni. In this opportunity, I would like to present our research entitled The Online Counseling Guidance for Indonesian Millennial Students. First, I want to explain to you about the introduction of this research. Today's rapid development of information technology requires educational institutions to be willing and able to work together to prepare students to have various competencies with a learning system. The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic affected school closure nationwide, which also shaped the realm of home-based learning, especially in terms of times, by maximizing the use of the internet as a learning media during the COVID-19 pandemic. The impact of school closure and distant learning shows that female students experience negative emotions such as fear, panic, and despair than male students who are more optimistic about facing the pandemic. And the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic has triggered new mental disorders for some people, especially for those who have a mental illness and previous health problems. Therefore, the COVID-19 emphasizes the urgent need for the theory development, policy agitation, and preventive measures to solve the various problems. Furthermore, the spread of the coronavirus has dramatically affected the mental health development of students in school about the distance learning pattern by forgetting the habits of interaction and student community in school, so that school closure and the transition to distant learning significantly affect student learning pattern. The rationale of the current study is the innovation of online counseling guidance in school supports the local government program in Sidoarjo district as a smart city that successfully integrated various applications to support the community optimism. The various successes that Sidoarjo Regency has achieved must be balanced with development of digital technology, especially in education, to maximize learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Counseling guidance packages through website-based cyber counseling have proven effective in increasing student self-regulated learning. Digital media is a tool for students to integrate their knowledge on Islamic value to achieve a balance in their life. The result of the study showed that the use of the electrode makes learning activity dynamic in the current area of technological advance. For this reason, digital-based counseling can provide accessibility to students to access and conduct counseling guidance to help students face various problems. During the COVID pandemic, counseling guidance for junior and senior high school in Sidoarjo Regency did not allow face-to-face service. Therefore, it is necessary to innovate guidance and counseling services that use various interactive social platforms such as PCS, PDS, tablet, and telephone as media that facilitate this remote service, which are connected to Internet of Things or IoT. Today's development of information technology demands a change in the counseling guidance system that can be flexible using Internet access. Research show that online counseling guidance functions to improve student learning achievement. Students capable of problem solving and adapt to their new environment and condition. Counseling guidance play an essential role in helping introduce students to an outside of the country and so on. The results of that counseling service effectively increases self-efficacy for actively involved students, increasing their understanding of planning and preparing for careers after completing their studies and increasing student motivation. Students with high self-confidence and then to have high achievement motivation and vice versa educator can use the pedagogical lens to design active learning and place students at the center of the learning process by utilizing digital media-based learning resources. It finds the Acknowledgement can lead students to independent reflection skills, metacognition, and nonlinear learning. And the objective of this research is this study aimed to identify of implementation of online counseling guidance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Communication via the internet has become an inseparable part of the teaching process. One of them is counseling guidance, which are increasingly widespread with various benefits. However, the online counseling guidance service implemented during the COVID pandemic has not been carried out optimally due to the limitation of the supporting facilities used. Digital-based online counseling guidance during the COVID-19 pandemic can boost students' self-confidence and achievement motivation. Assisting with online counseling guidance facilitates students to recognize and understand their potential through various test tools such as colorblindness tests, learning style tests, and multiple intelligence tests. Recognizing students' potential through learning style tests can help students and teachers determine effective teaching and learning strategies. For this reason, teachers need to know the understand of the potential of their student. The learning process is carried out optimally. Counseling guidance can take advantage of the current development of digital-based information technology, so that students can adaptively access various information wherever, whenever, and with whom how they can learn. And this is the result display of the mobile counseling online application. Method of this research used a mixed method with a quantitative approach using explanatory for analysis, which aimed to identify the most dominant influence variable from several variables that exist in the indicator of implementation in online guidance and their effect on increasing self-efficiency and achievement motivation of junior and senior high school students in Sidoarjo Regency. The result of the explanatory factor analysis were further confirmed by qualitative analysis to reveal various student problems that require handling or typing of counseling guidance that are needed to increase student self-efficiency, achievement, and motivation, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. Before designing a prototype of an online counseling guidance, the research conducted an FGD focus group discussion with supervisor, principals, and the counseling teacher to determine the understanding and results of educational institutions for online counseling guidance. So, this formulate a prototype of online counseling service application according to the needs and technological development in this current area. Participants are the subject of this study were 1,273 junior and senior high school students that split over 10 schools in Sidoarjo Regency. The consideration for determining the school in this study include a willingness to cooperate of the supervisor at the educational office, willingness of school principals to collaborate in developing based on counseling service application, enthusiasm and motivation of teachers of improve the quality of online counseling guidance service in school. The COVID-19 pandemic condition impact the limitation of implementation face-to-face counseling and guidance service and school location facilitate collaborative communication so that projects can be produced according to the needs and condition of the school. The determination of this 10 school was based on proposing sampling by considering the red lines of the school on the completeness of existing infrastructure support by a digitally literate teacher and student results. For measurement, The survey results collect student information related to individual, social, career, and learning problems that can affect student self-efficacy and learning motivation. For this reason, counselors in school need to help students recognize their various learning potential. The survey results were measured online by involving 10 schools for junior and senior high school students in the Sidoarjo district. Questionnaires are distributed in distribute links through various social media such as Twitter, Facebook, and email lists. The question and or statement present use simple sentences that easily understood by students. Statistic analysis on this research is all analyses were carried out using the SPSS programs for explanatory factor analysis, which aims to identify the most dominant influence variables in indicator of applying online counseling guidance and their effect on increasing self-efficacy and achievement motivation of junior and senior high school students in Sidoarjo. This factor analysis technique can identify and determine which variables are valid and influence in factor analysis. The matrix component generated in the explanatory factor analysis can show the correlation value of the relationship of each factor. The most dominant factor in increasing the self-efficacy variable and achievement motivation of junior senior high school students in Sidoarjo can be seen by applying online counseling guidance services needed by them. The instrument has developed by the research refers the indicator of the function rules the counseling guidance service. There are 120 students spread over the junior and senior high school in Sidoarjo district who were given a questionnaire question which include 8 items, including personal problem counseling, peer counseling and social community problems, academic counseling, family problem student, career and future life, talent interest in student in learning, process learning strategy, strengthening skills. In addition, the questionnaire contains the genus of positive question favorable, where each question has 5 answer choices with the following scoring. The findings generated in exploratory factor analysis on the perception of self-efficacy and achievement motivation of students in understanding self-potential, recognizing talent and interesting of students, understanding learning strategies, readiness to student and career paths can be analyzed deeply by conducting qualitative data, by getting in-depth information through interviews and observation related to respondents' behavior of self-efficacy and achievement motivation in preparing themselves for their subsequent studies and career. And the result and discussion. For result, the findings from the study show that counselors in school are essentially ready to carry out online counseling guidance. However, the implementation is not optimal due to the unprepared of human resources, especially the counselor with digital-based counseling guidance service. Therefore, various forms of training and supporting application facilities are needed for guidance and counseling counselors to support the needs of teachers and students. Cyber counseling developed by many developed countries worldwide have many advantages because they involve using electronic media to ensure the confidentiality to their client. However, only long-distance innovation must consider design, introduction, and delivery technique that pay attention of aesthetic elements. For this reason, the innovation developed must be able to create and maintain learning setting that prioritizes holistic multisensory, so that each individual is facilitated with the service provided. For this reason, Android-based online guidance and counseling services are needed to facilitate their student needs. The result of the rated metric above show that 8 factors of online counseling needed by students to help improve self-efficacy and achievement motivation are grouped into 3 factors that are favorite of most needed by students. Influence group 1 Students need understanding skill for their survival in the future. Influential group 2 relate to individual internal motivation problems, and influential group 3 relate to external factors and their learning environment. And the conclusion, so this research is digital-based online counseling guidance during the COVID-19 pandemic are currently very much needed by students to build self-efficacy and achievement motivation in learning conditions limited by distance, space, and time. Therefore, it is necessary to innovate digital-based counseling within service that provide flexibility and opportunities for students by emphasizing online counseling within service on achieving understanding skill, internal and external motivation for students. The results show that students were motivated to learn online and feel confident in using computer and internal facilities. This finding will significantly help the work of education to improve quality and implement clear policies and guidelines for the implementation of online learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Therefore, the role and position of guidance service are essential for developing the potential of students in school. Thus, the encouraging achievement motivation good self is needed to students applying effective learning strategies. Therefore, it is necessary to enough undergrad-based online counseling guidance service to achieve maximum student learning service. And the acknowledgement, we gratefully thank to the Ministry of Research and Technology of Republic Indonesia who fund this research, to the University of Muhammadiyah Sidoarjo and the team involved and contributed to this research, the process of writing this article. Thank you very much for your great attention, ladies and gentlemen. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.